Okay guys, welcome to vlog number 4. Today we're going to play the Winter Festival main event. The buy-in of the main event is €225. Starting stake is 50,000 and the blinds going up every 40 minutes. We already have record entries of the first 3 start days. So the chance is big that this tournament is going to be the biggest tournament of all time held in Belgium on entries. So after our win of the big Tuesday of vlog number 3, we hope that we can keep the good run going on. So let's go, let's do it. Talk to you later in the casino when I'm in. So let's go, yeah. Okay guys, we start our Winter Festival with Ace 10 of Hearts in the big blind position. The blinds are 100, 200, the hijack limps 200, cutoff limps 200, button limps, the small blind sticks around, and it's on us. We are at 5 players at the moment and we want to reduce the field, so we are going to make a race. We make a race to 1000. The hijack calls, the cutoff limps, the button and the small blind falls, so we did get fall 2 players and go 3-way to the flop. The flop comes king high with 2 spades, so we can represent here hands like ace king, king queen, maybe king jack, even a pocket ace or pocket kings. So we are going to make a c bet here, since we have the ace and the backdoor flush draw. We bet 1.9k and the hijack and the cutoff falls, and we take our first pot down of the festival. The next hand we pick up jack 10 of diamonds in the button position. The blinds are up to 100 and 300. From now on there's also big blind ante. The hijack raised to 800, it falls to us and we are optioned to call the 800. Small blind falls, but the big blind sticks around and calls. So we are 3-way in position with 2.8 in the middle. The flop comes 8 high rainbow. We pick up a gut shot straight throw as well, and we have 2 overcards, big blind and a hijack checks. So we are more than happy to check back to see a free turn card, and the turn card is the 10 of clubs. The big blind checks, the hijack checks, so it's time to put some money in and try to take the pot down. We bet 1500 and big blind folds, but hijack sticks around, so we go heads up in position to the river. The river is the king of clubs. That's not a good card for us. He checks, we are not gonna bet since we have showdown value, and check back shower 10 and win the pot. The next hand we pick up pocket aces. We are under gun +1 position, and the undergun player races to 700, an early position raise, so that's good. He's probably gonna have a good hand here, and we are going to make a re-raise of course. We re-raise to 2.1. Everybody falls to the small blind, and the small blind falls as well. The next hand we are in the button. The undergun player raised to 800. It's on us. We pick up ace 9 of clubs. We could re-raise here, but the call is fine as well. So we call, and the small blind falls and the big blind sticks around. So we are again 3-way to the flop. 7 high rainbow. We have 2 overcards with an ace, and the undergun bets 1.2k. So we are going to stick around. We are not going to give up yet. So we call. But the big blind has other plans. He makes a re-raise to 7000. Oh my god, we want to call the 1.2k with our hand, but it's getting too expensive now to call. The undergun player falls. I believe that he is going to have a strong hand here. He checked on the flop and now re-raised against 2 players. So we fold, he shows us 6-4 of hearts, he flopped 2 pair on the flop. We move to the next hand. The next hand we are in a small blind position with pocket 10s. Undergun +1 raised to 1.1. Everybody folds to us. We call and the big blind calls as well. So we are three-way out of position, 3.7 in the middle, and the flop comes queen high rainbow. So we check, big blind checks immediately back, and the undergun player bets 1.3. So we are not gonna give up yet, but just one overcard. It is possible that he has a hand like ace queen, maybe king queen, maybe queen jack, kind of a hand. So, but we are going to call and see what's going to happen on the turn. We call and the big blind calls immediately, so we remain 3 players and go to the turn. The turn is a 7 of spades, that's a good card for us. We check, big blind checks immediately, and now the undergun +1 checks as well. And the river is the queen of diamond. So we check, the big blind bets 3.2 now, and the undergun +1 player falls. So let's see what happens here. Pre-flop, the undergun +1 raised, we both called, small blind and big blind called. We go to the flop, we check, the undergun +1 player makes a c-bet, I call, the big blind calls, so we go to the turn, and after the turn, it checks around. And then on the river, the queen of diamond, we check, and the big blind bets at 3.2k. I don't believe that he is gonna have a queen here, because if he had the queen here, I think he would probably bet on the flop instead, check to the undergun +1 player. On the turn, he would bet again if he had the queen. And now on the river, I don't think he's going to have the queen here. Maybe the only possible hand that he can have is a pocket 4. You just call pre-flop just to see the flop, and then make 3 of a kind, and slow play it on the flop, slow play it on the turn, the hope that undergun will bet again. Okay, he doesn't bet, and now he bets for his full house. I think we are way ahead or way behind situation here. At the end, we make the call, he shows us 4 deuce for 1 pair, and we show a pocket 10s. We made the good call here, he was bluffing all the way. Okay, we move to the next hand, and we pick up some ladies in the mid position. The blinds are up to 200 and 400. Undergun player raises to 1.1k. Everybody falls to us, and we are going to make a raise of cards. We raise to 2.1k. I think we made a little mistake here, but just raising 2.1k. It's not too much. The undergun player has to call just 1k. Everybody falls to him, and yeah, he makes a call. So we are in heads up. Okay, we are in position, but the flop has to be good as well. So we go to the flop. The flop is king high rainbow. He checks immediately. So we can represent ace king, king queen kind of a hand. So we are going to make a c bet. We bet 2.3k. But the undergun player sticks around and makes the call. So we have to be careful now. So we go to the turn. The turn is a 7 of diamond. That's not a bad card for us. So he checks, we check back the pot control, and then we go to the river. The river is a 10 of diamonds, a possible backdoor flush game, and there's a possible straight as well. He check, we check since we have showdown value, but unfortunately he showed king jack of hearts. Or little mistake pre-flop. I think if you bet like 3k or 3.5k, he would call as well. Okay, the next hand we pick another good hand, ace queen of spades. We are in the hijack position. Undergun +1 raise to 1.2k, and it falls to us. We re-raise to 3.1k. Small blind and the big blind falls, but the undergun +1 calls. It's the same guy of the last hand, so we'll go heads up to the flop. In position again, exact same scenario pre-flop, and the flop comes queen jack 6 2 diamonds. He checks. It's still the same scenario like the last hand. We bet 4,000, but this time the undergun player makes the fault. So after the break, the blinds are up to 300, 600, and we pick up king jack of suit. Everybody falls to us. We raise to 2.2k. The cutoff decides to call, and the big blind sticks around to defend his big blind and his ante. So we are 3-way to the flop. Flop come ace high with 3 spades. So we didn't connect yet, but we have a nut flush draw. The big blind check. We bet 4.2k. The cutoff falls, and the big blind lets go as well. With a drawing head, we take a nice pot. We are in undergun position with 63,000 in front of us. We pick a pocket 8. and we raise to 2.2k. The blinds are up to 400, 800. Cutoff call. The flop comes 7, 8, ace, rainbow. We make our 3 of a kind on the flop. Let's go. We are hoping that he has an ace or a strong hand that he can pay us more money in this hand. So we bet 3000 and the cutoff makes a quick call, so that's always a good sign. We go to the turn. The turn is the 5 of clubs. I think we still have the best hand. The only possible hand that can beat us now is 6-4 for the straight, or 6-9, or pocket aces. And since the pre-flop play, I don't believe that he's gonna play like that pre-flop with pocket aces. And I also don't believe that he's gonna play with 6-4 or 6-9 in this hand. So I think we have the best hand almost every time. Okay, we check. He makes 5.6k. Now the question is, are we going to make a re-raise here or just gonna call? We can go for a re-raise and hope that he has a good hand, that he keeps paying us off. Or if he is bluffing here, I think calling is better here than give him a chance to make another bluff on the river. So we make the call of 5.6k and go to the river. The river is the ace of hearts. That's a very good card for us. We make a full house, so we improve. Even if he had a hand like 6-4 or 6-9 for a straight, we have him beat now. The only hand we lose against is ace-7, maybe ace-8 or ace-5. So we don't want to get a bit check back. I decided to make a bet of 15,100. Hopefully he has an ace king, ace queen kind of a hand, maybe ace jack, and makes a call. But at the end he makes the fold and we take the pot down. This hand we are in a big blind position with blinds 500, 1000. Everybody falls to the small blind. He makes a raise 2.7 and we pick up pocket aces. Let's go. We make a reverse to 7.4k. And the small blinds makes a call, so we are almost with 16,000 in the middle to the flop. We are in position with 2 black aces. Flop comes 8, 3 deuce, 2 hearts. He checks. We don't want to give him a free card. There are a lot of danger cards on the turn, so we bet 8,000 and he folds his hand and we add on another 8k to our bank. Okay, let's move to the next hand. We are in the hijack position and we pick up the royals. Let's go. Mid position raise to 2.5k is the same guy of the last hand. Now we are going to make a re-raise again. It's the second time against him, so we re-raise to 6.8k. Everybody falls to the mid position, but this time he makes a fold and we take the pot down. Okay, the next hand we are on the small blinds. The blinds are up to 800, 1.6. The mid position goes all in with 21,700 and we pick up the royals again. Easy all in for us. We go all in. We run into ace 10. We don't want to see an ace 10 on the flop, so no ace or no 10 and we are good. Deuce of club on the turn. And the river is a 6 of hearts, which seals the deal and take the pot. We are above 100,010 now, so the business are going good at the moment. Okay, after the break, the blinds are up to 1k, 2k. We are in the big blind position and we pick up queen 10 of spades. The hijack raised to 6,000. Everybody falls to us. We call and we want to see a flop. The pot is 15,000. Flop comes jack 5 deuce. We have 2 overcards. We check and the hijack makes a c-bet of 5,000. We don't want to give up yet because we have a backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw. So we are going to the turn. The turn is the 10 of hearts. We make a pair, so that's always good to improve. We check. Do he check back? Now the river is a 3 of spades. Bet 13,500 and the hijack falls. Okay. The next hand we pick up ace king of diamonds in the undergun +1 position. Undergun player falls. We raise to 5,000. The button calls 5,000 and the big blind sticks around as well. So we are going 3-way to the flop. The flop is 9-6-3 with 2 diamonds. We have 2 overcards and a nut flush draw. The big blind checks. We're going to make a C bet, of course. We bet 9,500. The button falls. Big blind falls as well. Let's go. And the next time we pick up ace king again, but this time they're off suit. We are in the big blind position. Undergun +1 raised to 6,000. Everybody falls to us, and we make a re-raise to 16,000. But the undergun player sticks around, and we go to the flop. The flop is 18,000. The flop comes ace high rainbow. We bet 18,000. But the undergun player folds and shows pocket checks for the vlog. It was a good fold, we have to give him credit. So, okay. The next hand we pick up ace king of spades. Blinds are up to 1,002.5. Undergun +1 raised to 6,000. It's again the same player that we re-raised 2 times in a row. And now we're gonna make another third re-raise to 15,000. Everybody falls to him and makes the call. So the pot is 35,000. And we go in position to the flop. Flop comes all black, but unfortunately all clubs and no ace or no king. He checks. If he doesn't have any club or a queen in his hand, I think we can take the pot down with a C bet here. So we are making a bet of 20,000, but he goes all in and we snap fold, of course. He shows pocket queens. He makes 3 of a kind on the flop. So okay then. The next hand we pick up ace 5 of suit in the bottom position. We are down to 55,000. The blinds are 1.5k, 3k. We raise to 7,000. The small blind falls and the big blind calls. It's the same guy who folded with pocket jacks against our ace king. And we are going to the flop. The flop is 3 hearts. We pick up some gut shot straight throw as well. He checks, so we are more than happy to see a free turn card. We go to the turn. And the turn is maybe the most perfect card we can hope for. The 3 of diamonds, the 3 non-hard. So we make our straight. The button makes a bet of 5,000. The only hand we are losing against is against 5-6 or against the flop flush. Okay, we call and we go to the river. Maybe we take a little risk here to just call. Another heart would be very bad for us, but okay, sometimes in poker we have to take a risk. But the river is a jack of spades and the big blind checks. So we think for a while. I think we have the best hand here, and we make a value bet of 8,000 and he snap calls. We show our ace 5 and he shows ace 3 with the ace of hearts. So we had the nut flush on the flop, makes a pair on the turn and bets the 5k. It's all makes sense now. Okay, we picked up aces, kings, queens, and now it's time for us to pick up some jacks. We have pocket jacks, hijack raise to 6,000, cut off calls, and we call as well. The pot is 22,500. The flop comes 10 high, all diamonds. We check. The hijack checks and the cut off checks. We go to the turn. The turn is deuce of spades. I think we can bet here and try to take the pot down. We bet 10,000. The hijack and the cutoff falls, and we take the pot down with pocket jacks. The next hand we are in the mid position and we pick up queen jack of diamonds. The blinds are still 1.5k, 3k. We raise to 7,000. The late position calls. The small blind calls and the big blind calls. So we're going 4-way to the flop, and the flop is 10, 9, 8, 2 diamonds. We flop the straight and pick up a flush draw and a straight flush draw. So we have the best possible hands at the moment. The blinds check. We bet 5.5k. Mid position sticks a small blind sticks around, and the turn is a 5 of hearts. He checks again. We still have the best possible hand. We bet 5.5k. We don't want to scare him off his hands. He calls, and the river is a queen of clubs. Going to split now against any jack and lose against king jack. But I don't believe that he's gonna have a king jack, maybe a queen jack. We bet 5.5k and he just call. We show our queen jack and take a nice pot down. We're up to 130,000 now. Okay, the next stand after the break. The blinds are 2,000, 5,000. This is the last level. Undergun player goes all in. We call, of course. We show ace king. He shows ace queen. 3 spades and a queen on the flop. We need a spade or a king to take the hand. 7 of clubs on the turn. And the river is the king of diamonds. Let's go. This hand we pick a pocket deuce in a late position. We call the 5000. The small blind calls and the big blind check. Flop comes ace 9 deuce. We make 3 of a kind. There's the ace on the flop. Bet 2 clubs. The blinds check. We don't want to give him a free card. We bet 5k. And the small blind makes a re-raise to 20,000. Big blind falls, so it's back to us. What are we going to do here? I think the best option is here to call. I call, we go to the turn. The turn is the ace of hearts, very beautiful. We make a full house now. He bets 20,000. I think we are still good here. There's a chance that he can have ace 9. But even then, if he has it, so be it. Nothing we can do about it. We are not going to fold here, never. But we are acting like we are on a flush draw. If he is bluffing, with our acting and just calling, we give him another chance to bluff. He goes all in, and of course we snap call, and he shows us king 4 of clubs. So he was on a flush draw, the nut flush on the flop. He was bluffing all the way, and we managed to double up and are now above 200,000 and stack. This was also the last time we played day 1, so we made it to day 2, 4 tournaments in a row. We make 188,000. So we made it to day 2 with a stack of 188,000. With the 530 entries today, we are left with 107. And the average stack is 147 at the end of this day. And the blinds gonna be 3,000, 6,000 in day 2. So we're gonna have like 30 big blinds to start. It's okay. But yeah, we're happy that we made a back-to-back 3 in a row to day 2. And hopefully we can make back-to-back 3 in a row in the money. But of course we hope to get deeper, but let's start from day 2 and we will see where we will finish. Okay, let's go to day 2. Let's make time.